with Marcus Head. Hey everybody, it's your man Marcus Head, and thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Good Head Podcast Show. Y'all, tonight I have a special guest. Not only is she fabulous, hilarious, funny, talented, but it's the blood genes. It's my cousin, y'all. My cousin Tanya Lyke. She's an author. She is a celebrity to the celebrity, a friend to the stars. She's in my film, Can't Get Right. We're going to talk about that as well. We're about as close as two cousins can be. We're going to get into that. So without further ado, y'all, let me introduce to you, first of all, my friend. Second of all, my cousin. And the reason why I'm happy why I'm doing this is not because she's my cousin, but she's doing big things. And I want to make sure I promote and get things out there. Without further ado, y'all give it up for my friend, my cousin. I love you to death. Tanya Lyke, y'all. Give it up for her. That was a long-winded intro, but you deserved it, man. I'm proud of you. How you doing?
Oh, I can talk now?
Yes, you can talk now.
Hello, Marcus, darling. You know I had to get that. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for taking time out to talk to me. I love you, man. And that movie,
Absolutely.
Can't Get Right. We had a blast. Like, I want to be in some more of your movies, Marcus. You did an amazing job. I loved it.
Hey, that's without a doubt. So let's go ahead and start getting into this. So let's talk about the beginning. Where did the idea come where you wanted to be on the camera? You wanted to be seen. You wanted to be heard. You understood this is what you wanted to do. When did that come about?
Ooh, Marcus, I think that came about when I was in my 40s. I never wanted to be seen. I never wanted to be on camera. I just helped. I helped in my career. I've always helped people. Like started off in the nursing homes helping people. Then I went to retail helping people from a store called Yonkers. And Yonkers turned into Marshall Fields, and Marshall Fields turned into Macy's. And then I worked at Bloomingdale's. It started off like sales and retail. And I just love people, Mark. I love people. Absolutely. And I can't even, I don't know how it came. I mean, honestly, I think, you know what? When I moved to Georgia, when I lived in Illinois, I really never thought about it because I was still helping people. Then when I moved to Georgia, I got into the medical field. I started working in ICU for 10 and a half years from Grady, DeKalb Medical, and Emory. And so I was steady helping people. And I think that's when it all happened. When I started working at the hospital and I had women from all over different cultures, they would always come to me with a lot of issues and their problems. And in ICU, you know, it's really busy. And I was always like, okay, just wait a minute. We're going to talk about it later. We never had time to talk about things. So I said, let me come up with a talk show where then now they can come on and we can talk about it because it was never enough room. Yeah.
And segue into that talk show, Celebrity Media TV, with you and your co-host Ray. Tell us about that and how that started.
It was called Let's Get Personal with Tanya and Ray. And that got started because I wanted I wanted to co-host another lady. And so after I told my nurses in ICU that I was going to come up with a talk show, it was a couple of them like, hey, I could be your co-host. And so I was like, I had seen their personalities and they were cool and everything, but I had to go do a little praying and I thought about Ray because I knew she was different. Her background was different and I just loved me some Ray. So I prayed about it. Next day I was in the car. I looked at my husband, Paul, and I said, hey, Paul, before I start this talk show, who do you think I should have on the talk show? And out of nowhere, he said Ray. And he didn't even know I was thinking about Ray or had prayed about Ray. So God blessed us for those seasons that we had the talk show. It was beautiful. It was awesome. We clicked right away. She had a like spirit like me, and Ray was loyal. Yes. And I had no problem out of her.
I love me some Ray as well. So speaking of TV and radio, I'm going to segue into a company that you started a podcast radio show called Let's Get Personal with Ray and Tanya. And it was on Celebrity Media TV. Explain to us the process of how everything goes before you even go on live?
The process is that you have to know who you're interviewing. You have to look up, you have to study a little bit, do your homework, okay? Because the most embarrassing thing is having a guest on and you ask them a question and they looking like, huh? And we like, oh my goodness, that's that's not such and such. So you want to make sure you study who's coming on your show, look them up, find out, get information. Also preparing, you have to make sure everything is on time. I know Ray and I, we were always running around because both of us working, of course, we work a job. So getting there, you have to make sure you're on time. You have to make sure your guest is set up 30 minutes before. And whoever you have, it's very important who you have working for you as well. Because we did have an assistant. She was really good in the beginning, and then sometime it was like shaky. Sometimes if your assistant is going through something in life, then you get that call at the last minute, and things that you not supposed to do, you end up doing. Like you have to go down, you have to greet your guests, bring them up, whoever they are, and that's what you hire them to do. So yeah, it's all about um excellence. You have, and
I
I mean,
got
in
you.
that entertainment, you have to have excellence. You have to be on time. Make sure the TV, make sure everything is in order. The light and the camera, as you know yourself, when you're getting prepared. So yeah, but I mean, it was fun, Mark. I have no complaints. We had a lot of fun. Also, make sure that breath is right as well because we did keep
Ha!
mints right on the table because it was funny. Ray and I were sitting right there and like we would have some guests, I don't care who they were, and it was just, huh. So yeah,
Nose hairs falling out.
I had to throw that in. But preparation, you just have to be ready. You have to be ready and on time, because they don't have a lot of time as well. And you have to respect their time and yours as well.
Well, let me also ask you that and drill down a little deeper for people that are watching this and that want to start their own podcast or start their own radio show. What advice would you give them for people that wanted to start fresh out the water, want to start their own podcast? What is the best advice you would give them starting a business with a podcast?
The best advice is trust God. And and I have to say that your team is very important. Who's on your team? You have to pick the right people. Um, Another thing, that's what's so different, Mark. I know you're asking me to say, how do you get started if you coming up out the water?
Like I'll give you an example. The best thing I would say is know the business first and foremost,
Yes.
and be able to, booking a guest is great. That's fine. That's it's not easy because you got to get great guests. But one, be prepared to ask the right questions, and you want to always ask something from your guests that most people don't know. Um, Second, I would say is make sure that you have either a marketing influencer that can spread it out for you, get it on the right platforms as far as getting on the podcast from Spotify to iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. Really get it out there, and then you can monetize and make money off your podcast by making it really grow, basically.
See, Marcus, I know a lot of that stuff you did teach me too about that media. Like, Tanya, do you got this, that? The most important thing is being structured. You have to be structured. That's number one. I know John Williams, he's a businessman. He taught me that. My brother Joshua Etheridge, Paul, like Conchata. If it wasn't for them, it goes back to you have to have a good team, because if you're not an expert in that area, which I wasn't, I was the talent. I knew to ask the question, study, laugh, have fun, but I didn't know the business part of it. So when you going in, I would tell everyone, have that business together, have your marketing together. If it wasn't for the people in the beginning, I don't know what would have happened.
Real quick, I gotta give a shout out to two people you just said. Josh Etheridge, your brother, my cousin. He was big time as far as help assisting us with the film. He let us use Sweet Lounge to do a scene in the beginning when you see all the women in the beginning when the song first come on. So shout out to my cousin Josh and Chichata. I know I'm saying her name wrong.
Conchata Hosley, yeah, I know she's used to it.
shout out to her because you introduced me to her, and that is my girl because she
Oh,
does all of my pitch packages for everything I've done as far as Can't Get Right and other projects we have. So and she lived like
wow.
right down the street from me. We got together and we sat down and we really, like I said, we really bonded. And I told her, give me a number because once I get everything rolling, I'm gonna come get her, and she's gonna be my first full time employee because she's just amazing. She is. So shout out to Chat. Shout out to Chat. Good girl.
Yes, I love me some Conchata. And you know what? You have to be sensitive and you have to be nice to your media guy, my videographer, Paul, that sets up everything. You have to be nice to them. You cannot be rushing them because that stuff takes time. The editing, that all takes time, you know. I'm serious. That is very important. And also, if it wasn't for John Williams, he is the one that connected me with so many people. He's the one opened the doors and gave me the platform when I didn't have a platform. So I appreciate him for that.
All right.
Yes.
Excellent. So we're here talking to the talented radio personality, author, actress, and just down home good girl, home girl, Tanya Lyke. So let's talk about your book. You have a book that just came out called God Unfailing Love. Tell us about what inspired you to write the book and what is the book about?
Yes, I am an author, a new author. Also, I just finished my second book too, but that's going to be coming out soon. Bring that out next year. But it's called God's Unfailing Love. The Holy Spirit gave me that 18 years ago, Marcus, to write, and just life, you know, raising your kids, you know, married and just working and all that. I kind of put it on the back burner. So I tell everybody, I don't care what your passion is, do it, finish it, get it done. So it's called God's Unfailing Love. What it's telling everyone is that I don't care what you've been through, God loves you. There's nothing you can do that God would not forgive you for. I don't care what you didn't heard, the world didn't judge you. Well, guess what? God's unfailing love. I'm serious. I mean, his love is like no other. He has an unfinished love for us and he loves us. It's also testimonies in there, it's affirmation. You can write in there. And it's also sold on Amazon and Kindle. God's Unfailing Love. And it's just telling the world, God loves you. No matter what you've done, where you've been. I don't care what the world have told you. God loves you.
One thing I love about you is when you talk, you speak of passion and you speak just straight from the heart. And it just resonates when you do that. So everybody, please definitely go God Unfailing Love, get it on Amazon. And you had a book signing, very successful book signing as well. Tell us what that experience was like.
Oh wow, that was so much fun and a lot of people came out that I did not expect. So a lot of new people that I had met along the way. I had my first book signed at Club Wyndham, Margaritaville in Atlanta, and then Chicago. My grandmother, Big Mama. So I want to give a shout out to Big Mama, my 91-year-old grandmother. She got me at her church because I was back and forth when I was little, raised between Baptist and my grandmother, the late Pastor Aisley Etheridge, Pentecostal. So I was back and forth when I would go to her house out west. I was at her church. And so it felt good to go back to my roots when I was little. So I just did a book signing there as well in Chicago. And that was so nice, Marcus. I just love, I mean, when people come out and support you, the unexpected, and that's what blesses you. I know it blessed me. So it was beautiful. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. And you know, I remember when I first finished my first film and I registered, you know how when you have to register your book or your movie and you do it, then they send you a certificate letter that says your name and the name of your book or name of your movie. Tell me what was that experience like? Because I was like, oh my God.
Yes, Mark. I understand. That was me, Mark. I was like, oh my God, this is me. Did I really do this? No. I mean, yes.
I got it hanging up when you first walk in the house. When you first walk in the house, it's hanging. This is the first thing you see.
Marcus, I do understand how you felt. I mean, it feels so good just to see excellence, things that you think you can't do. That's why I tell people, don't give up. It's about, and even in that book, God's Unfailing Love, it's about depression. It's about so much stuff. And I mean, it's a beautiful book. I love it because no matter what, and that's funny because when God gave me that, He said, tell my people that I love Him. And I said, me? I don't have that much love in me, God. You know, He said, it's not about you. So, amen. But yes, the book is awesome. Yes. Thank
And also, I wanted to touch because you're going to notice the thing with me is I always ask when you do something successful, I always want our audience and our listeners to understand the process. So, can you real quick tell us what is that process like of actually getting your book published?
Oh God. It's I don't it was just like a weight was lifted because when you're trying to do something great, you get so many distractions, obstacles come against you that you never thought would have came. So I always just prayed. You can I mean, I did go through a little depression, whereas I didn't even want to finish it because so much stuff was coming up. It was so much stuff coming against me. You have to deal with, then when my mom passed, that just took everything out of me. I mean, I shut down for like almost 2 years. So it's so much. So that took place between that. So I'm like, no, I'm not even finishing now. But since I could hear my mother's voice say, Tanya, you better finish something. You finish that book. You hear me, girl? Well, she said big head. Because that's how we would play with each other. And I didn't know she was on pass a month later. So yes, but there will be obstacles, there will be distractions, but you just have to stay focused and know this is what I have to do now. I have to finish. I mean, I don't care what coming your way. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. As that song you say, don't stop, get it. But yes, you can do anything.
Now, we're not going to touch on this long because I'm not going to cry and we're not going to cry. But talking about your mom real quick, who was everything to me because, my mom gave and showed me love. My mom showed me the love of God. But your mother showed me what loving everything and everybody, no matter what and who they are. Your mom was the type of mom that people would come in the house, she don't even know who they are, and they say, well, get you something to eat. She making plates for everybody. She making food.
Yep.
Your mother laughs 24/7 hours a day. I mean, just I've never met a happy person, and she went through some trials and struggles, and she went
Yes.
to, but you never
No.
knew it.
Wow.
You never knew it. I've never seen anybody so freaking strong like your mother was. So, I miss her dearly, like I know you do. But I'll never forget when I was 8 years old. I told your mother I said that I want to write movies and write songs, gospel songs. And she said, "Baby, her favorite word was big head and baby." She's like, "Baby, you go ahead and don't let nobody stop you, and you do it." And then when I did it,
Wow.
I called her when I finished the script, and I told her about it. And she was at the time she was going to school and everything else. And I was at a time I was blessed, and I helped her finish school, and that was a big accomplishment and deal for me.
Yes.
When she finished and graduated, I felt like I graduated because she was mom first. She put always the family first. She never put herself first. And when she finally got that degree and everything else, I was so happy for her. And I was happy. Unfortunately, she didn't get to see the film, but I was happy that I was able to share that experience with her. So, shout out to mom.
Oh, thank you, Marcus. So sweet.
So speaking of film, we've talked about the radio personality, we've talked about the author. Now let's talk about the actress. Girl, you just did a movie. So for those that don't know, Tanya was in the film Can't Get Right. And Can't Get Right is out on Tubi, and that's Can't Get Right with RITE. Basically, it's a story about a young man played by Shawty who is a barber by trade, but he wants to find something different. He lives with his pot smoking grandmother, Grandma Dirty, and there's a bunch of barbershop and church scenes. So in the barbershop scene, we have Asia Starr, who in the film, she has the #1 song in the country. Tanya and Ray are in there, made special guest appearance, did a phenomenal job. So the film Can't Get Right, like I said, it's out on Tubi. I want everybody to see this clip of Tanya in Can't Get Right in her feature film debut. Check it out.
Goodness, and we're so proud of you, girl.
Man.
We've been talking about this ever since high school.
High school, sis.
Dang. And can
Yeah.
you believe you got the #1 single in the country?
Yeah.
Hey.
So good.
You
Y'all
better
is
talk what, sis?
Fresh Air, the album, you know, Heir to the Throne. Y'all already know the vibes, right? We came a long way from the neighborhood.
Yeah. Is that your song, girl?
That's it.
Hey,
Look what we did. Look what we did. Look what we built. Look what we built. Forget what they said. Forget what they said. How they feel. How they feel. Say it. Louder, 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 louder.
Girl, you had nothing but energy. You played it. For somebody that walked right in, got on set, and did your thing, you did an amazing job. You did an amazing
But you
job.
was an excellent director as well, Marcus. You made us feel comfortable, and then by me loving people, and then I seen some people that I knew, so that was really good. But you was an excellent director, and I had a blast. And then I really got happy because I know that you want everything right and in order. So I really got happy when you came over there, and I was like, "Do I got to do that part over?" You was like, "No, you good." I was like, "Yes." I was even thinking with Ray. I was like, "Wait."
You was nervous, but when that camera came on, you just was a natural.
That's what you told me. So I was excited. I was like, "Girl," he said, "I was a natural girl. You got to do it over." So you got girls pick with each other. So
The
yeah,
film is doing very well. The film is doing very well, and it's doing well enough that we're gonna do a sequel. And I'm gonna definitely have you in. And I have like 3 other projects coming up, and I'm gonna have you in every project, especially since I'm moving to Atlanta.
Yes!
So really looking forward to that. So what was that experience like when you saw yourself on camera on Tubi? What was that experience
I was
like?
excited because we've been for this from day one. I mean, we had been bothering you, calling you, "Hey Mark, can we look at it now? Can we look at it now?" You were like, "Just 1 second. I gotta get it together. I gotta edit." Honey, I was ready to watch it the next day because I didn't know how movies go.
It was a process.
You didn't walk me through it and you let me know it's a process. So thank you. I mean, I enjoyed every part, Marcus. It didn't even seem like it was really long either. You guys had the lighting right. I mean, you had so many great people working for you and on it. So that really matters. That really matters, seriously. So thank you for
we
even
had a
having
great
me
time.
because I'm excited. At first, I was dragging in because you know how you drag in from work and you trying to rush. But boy, when I got there, I was excited. And what I love about you is that you won't let people look bad. Not if they on your watch, they will not look bad. And that's what I love about you because you're
Oh,
gonna make
thank you.
sure they in
Thank you.
order, and you have so much patience. So thank you for that, Mark. I mean, I know we kind of drove you crazy, but we got it together,
No.
and you were excellent. You always compliment. You always make sure if we with you, all of us together as a whole gonna look good. And that's the problem that we're having nowadays. People aren't, they just have you out there. But at least you let us know, look, you got to go to the right, go to the left. Nope, that. Mm-mm. So thank you for that.
I was really happy and excited that I was able to get my family in the film. So I got my son in the film, and then of course you and Ray was in there, and then we got Paul to sit in the chair. So we got Paul. He
Yeah.
had his Cuba Good Jr. moment, like on what was that? Coming to America. So that's how I started, and I also had ET, which everybody I call it ET, but my cousin Andrea and her son was in the film. So I was really happy to get family in, and we had a good time. And like I said, Josh was part of behind the scenes stuff, and Paul was taking some behind the scenes footage. So I mean, it was a family affair.
Yes, it was, Mark. And normally Paul, he loves being behind the scene. He never liked to take pictures, never liked to be seen. He just liked to do his professionalism when it comes to that media. But look, I looked at him, I said, "Hey, this is my cousin." I was so excited. I said, "This cousin Mark." He said, "All right, I'll do it for him, but I don't like being in front of the camera." So he was excited. But guess what? Wait a minute, Mark. When he seen him in there, just that little part, he was like, "Oh, look, Tanya, that's me." I said, "Yeah, yeah."
That's good.
So
That's
thank you, man. I'm telling you, was real about that. Thank you. Because most people could talk and say things, but you was a man of your word, and I respect you for that, Mark. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody go watch the movie Can't Get Right on Tubi. He's gonna have y'all laughing every
Yes, we did our thing. So now that we've talked about everything, Tanya, let's talk about the people that you're connected to, because there's a talented gene pool in their
Yes.
family. So let's talk about, man, we're going to talk about a bit everything. So let's talk about your cousin, Alicia, who Alicia Etheridge, who we all know is married to Bobby Brown from New Edition, and Bobby Brown, just all Bobby Brown. So tell us about your relationship with Alicia and Bobby.
Oh, well, we're building a relationship. You know how, like, when you're out like that and that fame and that entertainment, you just can't trust anybody, whether they family, friends. We've been building and building. Alicia and Bobby, they work so good together. And I have to give kudos out to Alicia, Mark, our cousin, because she is just amazing. Like, she could be up under pressure, things is going to the right, the left, but she stays focused. She keeps everything together. And as women, that is just beautiful. I mean, she holds it down. And so building relationship with them has been wonderful because they are so laid back, so beautiful, but she is a woman of excellence. That business part of her, she do not play when it comes to the business part. So I'm excited because I did just ask Alicia a couple weeks ago, would she, be able or willing to talk about business as her being an entrepreneur, a strong, black, beautiful woman. And she said, yes, she'll do the talk. So I'm having my first women's book discussion on God's Unfailing Love on April 21st. So we're going to be at Grits and Eggs Breakfast Kitchen. So yeah. So yes, but they are wonderful, Marcus. When you meet them, you're going to love them. They're so laid back, so down to earth too. And Bobby, he's so cool too. So him and Alicia, they work excellent together. Yeah.
So what is Bobby like when you say cool? I know he cool, and we didn't see him on the Whitney and Bobby. We didn't see him on his show on Bravo. So take us. What is Bobby like off the
He
camera?
is wonderful. We sat at the house. Of course, Paul is quiet, but they talked a little bit, and we were watching the movie. And he's just so laid back. He's more family oriented. He loves his children. I can say that I have seen that a couple of times as we've been around him at different events we were invited to, his private events, and he loves his grandbabies and his children. I do know that. And I'm not just saying that. He is a family man and he loves his wife. Like whatever Alicia say, he's very humble. He's just so laid back. He's chill. So when I say
I don't know them personally, but the one thing that I've heard, not just from you, but from celebrities, is Bobby don't do nothing without
he
Alicia.
don't, he don't, he cares.
He don't do
Yes,
nothing
and
without
what's so
Alicia.
humble, we went to our cousin's birthday party in Alpharetta, and another one of the at the Ridge went to her birthday party, and like Alicia, she made sure everything was together. But he was so sweet. He just wanted to sign everybody. I mean, from the cousins, the friends that was there, he wanted to sign, but she's like, this is their time, with the family. So, so she keeps them together. And then he'll like come back and say, oh, she'll go get him again. He'll walk away. She'll come bring him back because she already know. So I love it the way she does that because she knows when he needs rest. Yeah.
Yes, and also we have another just family member that's doing big things. Tell us about you and Kim Etheridge's relationship.
Kim, that is my baby. That is my A1 from day one. She came down. I remember she came down from LA just to be on the show, and we had our talk radio station in Decatur, Ray and I, and she believed in me from day one. She started giving me hair products. She is one of my sponsors, and I am so appreciative to that. She has been sending me boxes of Mixed Chicks hair products. So yes,
Mixed chicks,
yes,
yes,
she is the
yes,
owner and
yes.
CEO, founder of that. Her co-founder is Wendy Levy. They are amazing together. I love them. But Kim, she has been my A1 from day one. They're by my side. I could call Kim and say, "Hey, Kim, I need this for this event." But you know what? One thing about them women, they are business. They want you to have your business structured. And then they don't mind coming in and helping. But if you're not structured, you're all over the place. Then it doesn't matter if you family or not, they're not dealing with it. They are real business women. They do not play. So yes, she's been my A1 from day one, and there are no words to say how much I appreciate her.
So for those that don't know, Michael Jai White is our cousin as well, and he's been on Tyler Perry projects. Why Did I Get Married? Why Did I Get Married to? And most people really know him from Spawn as well, the superhero comic book Spawn. And tell us about Michael and your relationship with Michael.
Well, we're building a relationship as well. He's been out here a couple times. Matter of fact, we don't say when he's in and out because he's doing a movie even right now. So he'll come here and they'll let us know. We went to watch one of his movies, and Kim and them, they rented out, one of the theaters so we could sit back and relax. Michael, he's like you, Mark, a man of excellence. You just said it's like that blood is running the line of excellence. He does not play. When he's filming, he wants everything right. He's like, hey, did y'all get that? Is it bright? He wants to please people, in a good way to make sure they're watching something good. And especially if he's on it, he loves to hear feedback. When he's doing a movie, he did an amazing job. So he did a Western movie that will be coming out really soon, and it was really good. But he was very focused. He's like so serious when it comes to his craft. He do not play. He wants it just done right. And then when it's over, he acts. He let the floor have it. And he wants to know, do anybody have questions? What could have been done better? What did you guys not like? What did you like? He loved the criticism so he can make sure. And so it was really, really good. So we had a lot of great things to say. He had a lot of his great friends that came out that was really, really cool. So we had a blast. But Michael, yeah, we're all building relationships, so that's really good. So I love it when he's out here, and if anything we can do to help whatever he need, I try to be there. Yes.
I can't wait to see him with a
Yeah,
cowboy
he
hat on.
looked it
That
good
is going to
though.
be
That was
interesting
it
to
was
watch.
so funny because that's what we told him. We was like, you looked it good. It was it was real nice because it was something different, showing something different. And it was a beautiful movie. And we sat there, we had amazing time, and everything was excellent. Yes.
Yes, that's beautiful. It's good when you see family members doing what you love to do and being in that limelight and things like that. It's just a blessing. That's just a blessing and a testament. So we here with the talented Tanya Lyke, who is an author, actress. She has book signings coming up. She's got a new book coming out. She's going to get into that the next time I have her on. She's in the film Can't Get Right, and she's going to be in future films as well. And your niece, Deja, actually is on my new project,
Really?
Live and in Color, which is very similar to Saturday Night Live. And she did a great job. And that's Tammy, my cousin Tammy's daughter. And she did a great job. And she's got that bug to do. So it's always good when you can get family in.
Oh, you are amazing, Mark. You are amazing. Y'all hurry up and go watch that movie on Tubi right now. Follow Marcus.
Yes, yes, yes. So before we get you out of here, I just wanted to say I am proud of you and you do your thing. So what does it mean to you being a woman? You've spoken a lot about it, but what does it mean to be a woman of excellence, a woman that is doing her thing and people are looking at you and you're inspiring people? What is that feeling like? And what is the genre for what you want to accomplish in the end? What do you want on your tombstone when you go?
That's good, Marcus. That's a good question. Well, you know what? I am an entrepreneur. I have a women's nonprofit called I Am Beauty, I Will Lead. And when I leave here, I want the world to know that Tanya loved people. Tanya loved them unconditional. Like, it's been so beautiful. I mean, connecting people. That's what I feel like. If you know that you can connect someone and they're trying to get to that next level and you're sitting on what you know people, or you can do something to connect them, why don't you? Life is short. You cannot take things with you to the grave. Help somebody. Let it be a domino effect. Because to be honest with you, Mark, it's the men. I had like maybe two young ladies that helped me in this, but it is the men that has helped me along the way with connections. They keep their word. And also, you want to depend on God. When you're doing something, depend on God. Don't depend on man because they will let you down. But still been awesome. And I'm still going to lead the women because I am beauty and I will lead. And that just means that it's not about the outside, but the inside. If you know you can help your sister or your brother, help. Why not? Connect. If you know you have the people and you hear them talking and you know they need something. You know what I mean, Mark?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
because
That's
we have
beautiful.
more takers than givers. And it don't hurt to connect somebody. But everybody is thinking, oh, they're going to get ahead. Oh, and if I donate or if I do this, then they're going to become, powerful before me, or they're going to become rich before me. And so many people, I don't care if they're family or friends, just like when you were doing your project, you want people to donate. Now look where it's at. So those same very people who you ask, now you're going to just keep flourishing. God going to keep blessing you because you know what? You included others. You connected others. You get what I'm saying? You never know who will see and do. So Marcus, keep doing what you're doing. Keep on keeping on, man. I love you. I'm so proud of you, sweetheart. Thank you. I'm serious from my heart. It meant a lot. And we need
I
more
appreciate
people
that.
like that. And when me and you on the phone and we're talking and you'll say, "Hey Tanya, did you know this and this?" And I'm like, I don't be like, "Oh, I already know that," or "I got that." I'm like, Mark, so what is that? I didn't tell you this, but literally when I've been talking to you, the times that I talk to you, I be having a pad and I be writing down, Mark. I be writing down. That's why I be asking you. I be saying, "Wait a minute, would you say that?" I think, and it's a shame that I've been around people that could have taught me that or could have showed me that, other than John Williams or, other than you when it comes to deep into the media and what you need. It's like y'all had to tell me that. And I'm literally like writing when you talk about it. And I get off the phone and say, "Hey, Paul, Mark just said, I don't have that." So thank you. You're not scared to share or think someone is going to be in front of you. And so that's where the blessings come from. And people say, "Oh, we got you all day long." And that's not the truth.
Before we get you out here, and I appreciate that. That was message well received. Thank you so much for that. And you know me, I'm anytime. I'm ready to get it. So before we finish, we talk about all these talents you have. We haven't talked about the one talent. Everybody has a talent that they do with their hands. So let's talk about the one talent that you do. And I know you still do it once in a while, but you can burn some hair, girl. Let's talk about. You can, and the reason why I know you could burn some hair because I remember, since we was little, you always wanted to do it, and you do my mom's hair from time to time, and my mom, old school, she ain't just gonna let
That's
nobody
true,
touch her
Mark.
hair.
That is true. My baby, right now to this day, Auntie, she Tanya, you gonna do my hair? Yes, I did Auntie hair more than 5 times, and she loved it.
Do you still do
Yeah, matter
hair?
of fact, I got hair to do. I had hair to do today, but we canceled it because I thought, we were gonna go on earlier, which this is beautiful. But yes, I did hair for over 20 some years. Living in Chicago, I sit on the porch and get paid for doing girls' hair. Then I went to beauty school. So that's how I learned how to do a little some. I don't have to have people to do my makeup every time you turn around because it's in me to do it because I went to beauty school and it was naturally in me. So yeah, thank you for asking, Mark.
Saving money, doing what you love, and making yourself look good. You got the hair laid, you got the skin all tight. You got that mixed chicks all going up in you and everything else. Look at you. Alicia Etheridge, y'all, mixed chicks. Shout out to her.
Yes, no, Mark, I love you. And one thing that people have to know, okay, have your business structured, okay? You have to. That is number one.
LLC. Get
Yes.
your LLC and get your business credit taken care of. Yes.
Wow. Oh, I'm so excited.
All right. So before we get you out of here, I do a segment with all my guests called Get to Know the Guest. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. You give me some one-word answers or just answer the best way you can, honestly. All right? You're going to be amazed about it. This is so much fun. You're going to love this game. All right. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
All right. What is your favorite cereal?
When I do eat cereal, Golden Grams.
Golden Grams. You are old school
Frosted
for
Flakes
real.
too, though,
Golden Grams.
but Golden.
Wow. Okay, cool. You can only go to one concert. Two people are performing the same night. You got front row tickets. Who are you going to see? Michael Jackson or Prince?
I'm gonna say Michael Jackson, but I love Prince too.
So you can only go to one. So
Yes,
it's going to be
Michael
Michael Jackson.
Jackson.
Why? Why Michael?
Because I like the way he danced. He have like different stuff. He just whatever he's feeling, his soul, his body is feeling. He just go with it, and I like that. He give you the unexpected.
I was going to go to his This Is It tour. And then, of course, he passed away. So you're stranded on an island. You can't get off the island. Food is not something that you need. Okay, let's just say you got that covered. Name me 3 things that you need to live on that island and be happy. Now you can't get off, so don't say no plane or nothing like that. So, what are 3 things that you need to survive and be
Oh
happy
my
on the island?
gosh. Water.
No, water and
Okay.
food don't count that.
To survive.
To survive and be
Oh,
happy.
that's a good question. Hair.
On the island by yourself?
Yeah, because I can do my hair. I can do my hair. Do different kind of hairstyle.
It's your 3 things. So you tell me your 3 things. Go ahead. What are your 3 things?
My blanket. Yes, when I get really nervous, I play with the end of the blanket. A lot of people don't know that.
Okay, and what's your 3rd one?
What should it be, Mark? Oh gosh, I'm on a stranded island. Oh, okay, never. Is this grown ups? No. Okay. The third thing, Marcus. The third thing. Let me see. A bat and ball. No, in Chicago we used to do the bat and ball when you just keep going back and forth the bat and ball. No, and you know what? No, you know what? Books. I love to read. I forgot.
What particular book?
The Bible. That's my favorite book. That's my favorite book in the whole wide world. My favorite.
I was waiting on you. I don't know why you didn't say it right away. Yeah, I was waiting on you to say that.
Because
Yeah.
I thought I could read. I can read my time away as well. So that takes a while. Yeah, the Bible.
So tell everybody where they can follow you on all your media platforms. And once again, give us a recap of the book, the name of your book, and just plug away,
Oh,
baby.
go right now, everyone. Thank you again, Marcus Head, for having me. I appreciate you. Everyone, do not forget to go to Tubi and watch the movie Can't Get Right. Marcus Head, the director. Also, my book, God's Unfailing Love. You can get it on Amazon, Kindle. It is wonderful. It will bless you. You can also find me on my Instagram at Let's Get Personal Atlanta. Facebook, Let's Get Personal with Latanya and Ray. And my personal Facebook is Latanya Lyke, Lyke. Aw,
Thank you so much, my sister. Love you, and I really appreciate
I
you.
had so much fun. Bye, everybody. Do not forget, go follow my cousin Marcus Head, man of excellence. You wear many hats.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you, my sister.